Love and care is a very important thing. What you need is one of my channels. You can check it out for boxing, but I also commented on this. I'm going to get political in a whole different kind of way. Most people I've seen are decent people. Most people I've seen, whether they agree with you or disagree with you, really just trying to get along and do the best thing they can. I got mad love for all of y'all globally. um, with respect to this country here, um, they're decent people, man. Country folk are cool people. City folk are cool people. We got educated people, they cool people. Americans on the whole, cool people. And the politics I'm about to preach is the same politics that my brother, another mother, Zack Snyder, preaches. Hashtag us united. He couldn't come at a better time. You know, I talked about this on my other channel. When we are fans of sportsmen, whether it's a boxer, whether it's because I have a boxing channel, or whether it's some team, the fans will trash talk each other. Usually we make excuses for when our guy loses or our team loses. Or we try to find some encouraging words for our team, but the opposition, we either don't like them or, we try to make excuses for why they won. And I always use that to apply it to, especially when things are fresh in our minds, elections, and so on. So in politics, people pick sides. But they don't stay with their opinions necessarily forever, or they move on from whatever happened. But in the heat of the competition, sometimes people don't play it. You know how we are. Sometimes we're poor losers. Um, and so some people who voted for Donald Trump are in that position right now. It's still fresh in their minds. The competition's still afoot, even though it's done. And some of these people are they're saying it, but I don't think they believe it. They're saying that they'll never recognize Joe Biden as the actual president, that, Donald Trump was robbed. But if you really were to actually have them calm down, let the emotions de-escalate a bit, most of them will say, yeah, Joe Biden won. And you know why? Because at the point in time, they emotionally invested in their choice, in their pick, and wanted to see that person win at all costs. Okay? So we can't demonize people because even if they're even doing some really dangerous things, we can't demonize them for that. I'm not going to demonize people for that. That's somebody that could be my next door neighbor. That's be somebody who has treated me so very nice for most of my days. We've been good with each other and everything. You have to look at that person who's protesting, which is their damn right. It's the right of America, free speech. Once they're peacefully doing it, they have the right to do that. They even have the right to contest elections. They even have the right to believe whatever they want to believe. That's the beauty of democracy. Okay? You don't have to agree with it. Guess what? Newsflash. There's going to be a lot of things in life we're just not going to agree on. And we just have to agree to disagree and leave it as it is. Can't convince nobody in nothing. Now you could say, yeah, but you don't have no factual basis for what you're claiming. You can say that. But I don't think not too far ago in the 2016 election when Donald Trump won the election that a lot of people were bitterly disappointed that Hillary Clinton lost. Okay? And a lot of people thought it was the end of the world, but it wasn't. Okay? And these same people who represent Donald Trump, which we get it. I get it. Like I said before, I get these people. These people are us. We are them. If we were put into the same position where we mostly invested and we really strongly believe that this person should be the person to lead our country, if we were put into that position, we would do the same thing. So let's stop demonizing them and put ourselves in their shoes. See, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, listen, Donald Trump. They should do legal action against Donald Trump." You know, the Democrats. I'm gonna use the Democrats in this case. The Democrats, they're so weak. Look how they're trying to kumbaya with the Republicans. You know, the Republicans got an agenda. You know, they don't care about America. They just care about winning and blah 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 blah. Listen, man. Everybody don't have to conduct business the same way. Like I said before, and I will say it again, Joe Biden's doing the right thing. He's actually conducting it the right way. We have to dialogue, people. We have to dialogue with one another. We must be able to talk with one another and not have to raise arms and try and shoot each other down. And we need to dialogue. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me, but we can stay on speaking terms. The things we don't agree on, we're not going to press it. We work with the things that we agree on. That's it. If somebody like right now, I have a brother on here, and he's arguing that I'm a Biden shill, and fighting words, and that I'm all pro Democrat and pro liberal, and look, bro, it's not all or nothing. You know what I mean? But I don't hate him. I told him I love you, man. You can keep drinking the Kool-Aid, but I still love you, bro. If I was your next door neighbor and we was going to him tooth and nail like this, just know I got your back. Because people need to understand this politics thing. Listen. A lot of y'all don't. While it is very important, and those lawmaking and the laws that they make can influence and affect people's lives, in the day-to-day running of things right now, right at this point in time, it's you and me that's going to make that change on the ground right now. While voting for federal people in the federal government and people at the state level and so on, the closer it gets to your state and inside your state into your county and so on, it's the closer it gets to you. That's why you don't vote on party grounds. You vote on the content to see what can trickle back for your benefit. And some people want to keep things the same, and other people are like, man, I want to have a shot. I want to be franchised. I want to be somebody who can do something. So different people are going to see things different ways. But it's very important. It's very important that we all understand that everybody don't see everything the same way. Everybody's not always getting represented the right way. And this is true, not just for the inner city peoples who, even though a lot of attention goes on to them, very little action happens. And then for the country folk, everybody, they're just like out there. They belong. You know what's the weirdest thing? Country folk occupy the majority of American landmass. The majority of American landmass is country folk. They got cities and stuff, and they're modernized, but they're country folk. And the majority of the population is located around the cities, which makes sense, right? The major cities, because of course everybody goes to the city to try and make a name. This is where America was known throughout the world. But the value system of America, this is the irony of the situation, was bred and raised through the country folk. That's where we got our mores and morals and all of that stuff from. Country folk. It's strange that they allowed a guy to come into power who violated all those things, but they were looking for him to recognize them, acknowledge them, and he was looking for acknowledgement from them. And now we're seeing some country folk who decided to vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a country boy, a suburban guy, yeah, but he comes from a country background, and he has country values. And that's big. And a lot of people are saying, oh, Joe Biden, he's not going to be able to make much ground with the Republicans. I bet your butt. I could bet you your last dime and your dollar he going to make progress. Because he speaks the country boy language. He a country boy. And he's moved through different ranks, and he's been a suburban, and he's been middle class, in other words, and he's been upper class as well. but he understands what it is to work your ass off. Hard work. Like country people understand. They're doers more than speakers. And why I wanted to talk about this politics is because, see, we need each other. We can't do without, don't call country folk despicables. They're the people where the morals came from. That's why they the Bible Belt. Now, they a bit hypocritical to pick Donald Trump after talking about values and everything and impeaching Hillary Clinton. It was very hypocritical. But it wasn't the country folk who was hypocritical. It was the guys up in Washington, D.C. playing politics and manipulating the country folk. All I'm saying is we need to acknowledge each and every one of us and stop the me versus them bullshit. This is okay. The competition's over. Okay, when you guys were in contest and you guys were, going against each other and stuff, certification by the states is about to go down, and it's over. Okay. Now, even saying that, I know Donald Trump's gonna try all kinds of things, and he may even try to pull a real serious coup, true military action. He might try to do that. But I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna say this: y'all don't seek to go to violence. Don't look going to slay your neighbor. Don't go slay your neighbor. You guys are neighbors. You can disagree with the system, but there's only so much you can do. And me personally, I thought Joe Biden won the election. Now, having seen the recounts and how they turned out in the audits, and I think they're doing a recount right now in Wisconsin. I think they finished already. So Wisconsin's recounts is done. Apparently, everything is to form. I believe Arizona's doing that thing, and Nevada. Or I think so. Not too sure. But at the end of the day, I didn't expect the system to be working improperly. Okay. Joe Biden's our president. Now, the question is, he's going to have challenges working together with other people, but he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. I have concerns about certain things, though, about mandating masks, about the vaccine that they're pulling through. Anything can happen. You can put anything in a vaccine. They could deal with the disease. They could vaccinate people for the disease and put chips in them. That's a real thing. To track people. They've been trying to track people and data collect from people in several different ways. Not to mention, they're trying to also mind control us through food and other things. Okay? There is a sinister element to this thing. And Joe Biden better be fully aware of that and fully aware, ears to the ground. And then if he's going to do any kind of disbursement of any kind of vaccine, like I said before, I would truly believe and hope that he would make this process as transparent as possible. And any questions anybody has, that it should be scrutinized. And on top of that, like Ocasio was saying, the young lady, Ocasio-Cortez, why are you doing it through the pharmacies? Why are you allowing the pharmacies to make a profit off of this? Because they're going to make a profit again. I understand capitalism. Why don't you just distribute it directly to the people? I know pharmacies give access quite readily, but people should be getting this thing for free. They shouldn't be charged to have to use these vaccines. And then, Robert Kennedy Jr., he makes a great point that these vaccines should be properly tested and peer reviewed and go through the whole entire process. They shouldn't just emergence, push these vaccines out. And in the meantime, like Bill Maller was saying so correctly, they should push people to boost their immune systems at home and give them the suggested naturopathic as well as commercial ways to boost the immune system. And people should be going to their doctors to ask and request how they can boost it with different ways they can boost their immune system. That's what should be happening out there. And I believe with those measures in place, most certainly they will be able to control the amount of people who've had the disease. I've seen a doctor who has attacked by the establishment. And a lot of this stuff goes on for real. He was attacked for nebulizing people and then giving them intravenous doses of vitamins, particularly vitamin C. And these are people with the serious symptoms, serious problems with the disease, and it's gone within a couple hours. All right. So as I explained to people, boost your immune system. That means, and this is just food. Now remember, boosting your immune system, there's different facets to it, right? But if we're talking diet, do try to get yourself in some kind of lime or lemon. You can use it with baking soda, or you can use it with olive oil and a teaspoon of olive oil. Touch a couple of drops of lemon, a little sprinkle of ginger and a little sprinkle of garlic. Right? You can get that in the store, or you can actually get the actual things and cut them up. And you use that. That is great for your lungs, for freeing up yourself, as well as boosting your immune system. Right? Those people who have it seriously, then you'll have to nebulize. You'll nebulize by standing over a pot of steam, which has in it lemon, garlic, ginger, and some salt. Now clear the passages, and you inhale that as much as you can. You stay over the steam and inhale that, and it'll give you relief. Now, after it gives you relief, you need to then dose yourself with vitamin C through, again, lemon, a drop of lemon with some olive oil, garlic, and ginger, and some salt. You take that in your mouth once every 15 minutes or whatever, once the lungs get under control. This is to get it into your system, into your blood, and fight the disease, which will be very easy, because guess what? It's like a common cold. And once you control it, and then if you have to be hospitalized, you carry, listen, people, if you're going to have somebody go hospitalized, okay, where they got to, where you got their breathing under control and they're able to breathe, and now you just want to go to make sure they get cared in the hospital, they're going to do the same thing. It's going to boost your immune system in the hospital. That's all they're going to do. But here's the thing. They're going to go carry with it the olive oil, the lemons, and so that if your hospitals are overpacked with people, you can give yourself, and also get them fresh air, get them outside where they can breathe properly. See? Again, I'm giving you guys the answer. This thing is a virus. The virus behaves just like the common flu or the common cold. In the same way how you treat the common flu and the common colds, the way how you have to treat this virus. But you have to sustain it over a period of time. Another thing, heat therapy. You put yourself in a hot bath with Epsom salts, and you let your body sweat out, and then you cover yourself with blankets. And preferably do not lie down. Lying down could really affect your lungs. You sit up, or you don't necessarily have to move around, but you sit up. And again, heat. You do a hot foot bath, and while you're doing, you're taking that lemon, that olive oil, the garlic, the ginger. You're taking that in every 15 minutes, right? Because moving around causes you to burn energy, causes you to release heat. So that's why moving around is kind of good, because you can get blood clots with this thing, right? But once your body is actually, it seems as though the virus causes clumping, and it causes clumping when the lungs in the body. But if you if you nebulize, and then afterwards you're using this solution, and then you're moving around a little bit. If you got clots, that's a problem, but you're moving around a little bit, and then you're resting, you sit down, you rest a little bit, you should be okay. But the nebulization, I think, is the key, and then the treatments. And so the maximum of vitamin C you can take in a day is 2,000 IUs, or 2,000 units. So that's 2 vitamin C 1,000 tablets, or 1 vitamin C 2,000 tablet. You take that. The key is to boost your immune system. This is what this virus cannot do you anything if your immune system is boosted. Now, the people with pre-existing conditions and problems, again, there's ways to boost their immune system the very same way I just talked about. And once you're doing that, they will boost their immune system. And you know what's the interesting thing? If they do it on a daily basis, another thing that can help you, but it depends on your blood and all of that. is greens. You start off with green juices early in the morning, but first you start off with warm water with probably a touch of lemon, a touch of turmeric in there, and you drink that. And then later on in the day, a little bit later on, before you eat your breakfast, you go with green juices. So maybe 20, 30 minutes after you drank that warm water, you go green juices. And then the next thing you use for your body, which is very good for your body, is vegetable or fruit. Of course, you got your vitamin C already naturally. It's better to get the natural vitamin C than from a tablet. But if you don't have the natural vitamin C, you get it from a tablet, okay? Grow your own food. That's another thing I want to tell people. Grow your own food. Don't wait around. You can grow everything. You can grow lemons. You can grow tomatoes. You can grow celery. You can grow your spinach. You can grow all your stuff. And even if you're in an apartment, you can put them into little cups. You can put them into little plant pots if you want, or little cups or little bowls, and get all your food and let it grow there, and just put them in front on the windowsill where the sun can see them, and let it grow up. And you can have little trees. They'll be smaller, but they're bearing fruit. They're bearing the tomatoes for you, your celery, your thyme, all the seasonings and stuff. You can grow all of that. You can even grow rice, grow peas, beans. You can grow a lot of things if you would just, red beans. You can grow that. Again, you get a little cup, you put the red bean in there, the plant comes up. So you can grow your own food. So I would suggest that, actually, I'm going to go to the store right now and get some food to grow. I suggest that you do that. Cucumbers, you can grow your own cucumbers. They're more like a vine. You can even grow pumpkin. You can grow all kinds of things. So go ahead and start growing your own food. Once the food has seeds in it, you can grow it. Okay? But I love Zack Snyder, man. He's such an awesome guy. There's a lot of news going on about Zack Snyder stuff, but I just want to mention one guy that you're not hearing too much news about, but I know things are going on. Ray Fisher, shout out to him. So beautiful, like everything encapsulated this year. And accountability is greater than entertainment. And we've seen it in our elections. Remember, I'm talking politically here. We've seen it in our elections. Truth always comes to light. We're seeing it also in Zack Snyder's theme, Us United. That's the theme for next year, for definitely. It's so crazy how the timing of his stuff seems always timely. I feel he's a spiritual guy in some sort of way, shape, or form, and I hope he does not veer away from that. I think even though he may not have been, moving that, he does, he may have his reasons for doing things. I remember Busta Rhymes also having his reasons for doing things, but his stuff turned out to be prophetic. I just believe that people don't just stumble on things. Your life's not just random. I don't believe in that. And so shout out to Zack Snyder, man. Shout out to Zack Snyder. Well, I'm Christ, I am disciple. I'm also known as What You Need on another channel. My real name is Anson Phillip. I hope you guys had a good one. I'm going to try and put up a couple more videos of songs that I did. Always a minimalist, so the lyrics are really, really brief, but I know some of you guys really enjoy my content music-wise, so I'll try to put out some music for you guys. But until I see you guys again, God bless you, keep you in your journey in life. And remember, we need each other. So let's not villainize each other. Just think of it as it was a presidential race. It was a partisan race, and different people are going to want to have their guy win. All right? No matter how flawed the guy could be. So think about that. I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm Christ Adams. Peace.